Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. When I was much younger, I had one particular person who told me, yes, you read a lot, yes, you know a lot, but certain knowledge comes only with age or wisdom. And so I was like, you just say it because you're old and you just want me to believe certain things you say because just you say it. I'm not gonna do that, man. Not gonna do it. So yeah, he was right, 100%. Certain things come with age. Not that now I'm older because I'm younger than others, but older than others. But my point is, I realized that with time, you reach certain conclusions that really you can't really explain them in a logical or fact-based, way. I'm not saying gut feelings and all that. I'm not meaning that. I tell you this. When you're young, you get information, you're very idealistic, and you think that, the conspiracy theories, the government tells you, and the government is right, the government is good, works for you. With time, when you accumulate information, you live, you go through life, you experience, you realize that many things you were told they're good are actually bad. And certain things that you were told are bad, actually they're good. Because you understand the dynamics. But in order to do that, you have to live and have feelings. Not only, how should I put it, using your logos. Sometimes you need your pathos, you need internal feelings to trigger certain decisions. I'm not emotional in that way. I'm based on knowledge, logic, evidence, hard evidence, verified, and so on. But lately, I saw many conspiracy theories that we were supposed to consider them as conspiracy theories that were so far-fetched when I was young. Right now, I'm like, you got them right. That's exactly how it is. So I understand younger people that watch me might say, where did you come with this guy? I mean, it's so far-fetched, Emil. I need information, I need knowledge. I can't give you in 15 minutes here all the information on certain subjects. I'm just telling you, like that person told me, I don't know how many, 20 years ago or something. He said, certain things come with age. It doesn't sound good because you have an ego. You know you read a lot. You know you experience a lot. And even though the guy tells you, you lack something. All right, what am I talking about? You hear all kind of things like, the CIA and FBI are the biggest drug dealers in the world. Or maybe not in the world, but definitely they are controlling, and there are, how should I put it, maneuvering a lot of drugs from South America. They transport them, they sell it, all these kind of things, and they control it. When you hear this, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, you're like, yeah, remember that airplane that fell down and was full of drugs? Yeah, but they were captured drugs from the drug dealers, you know what I mean? From the guys from Colombia. Things like this. Now, when I heard that, you know what? Actually, the Americans are in Afghanistan for the poppy seed, for heroin. You make heroin out of it. I think heroin. I was like, you're telling me those guys are protecting the poppy fields in Afghanistan, and these guys, no, I mean, right now it's like, okay. So when you hear, well, the Americans are in the military, use the military, these pedos use the military, U.S. military to transport children to protect them from, bring them to the island or something like this. You're like, and you, you're like that's my evidence for you. Why? I can't say certain things here on YouTube, okay? Bear with me. So now I have another thing like, yeah, really? Ukraine war is a profit war. You understand? You know that. It's not about the Ukrainian independence. It's not about sovereignty. It's not about the rule of law, values, way of life, Western civilization. Let me take my Il Cannone, Paganini's violin, and play a little bit of Capricci. Okay? There's nothing like that. Well, you need that to fool people to fight for you, because that's logos. It's pathos, passion. You have to fight with passion, not reason, with passion. That's why if that doesn't work, give them some drugs and they will go and they will do whatever you want them to do. And if they don't, pam for, rowdy behavior in the Mediterranean. So what's going on over here? There's a lot of cash going in. The Ukrainian government, the Ukrainians, I take that back. The guys in charge of the Ukrainian nation, which are not Ukrainians, some are Ukrainians, are making a lot of money. There's a lot of corruption over there. And these guys know it. But it's like I make an investment. Like, for instance, you are a restaurant. And when you have a restaurant, you have plates. You know that 10% of those plates will be broken in a year. So you have that as 10%. You make profits, but you have some losses. And you are willing to have those losses because your profits are so big. When the losses become too big, they say, it's more than 10% now. Who's who, what's what. But you don't care if they steal it from you, your employees. I guarantee you, in restaurant business, who works over there, if you go to their houses, you find the same silverware, the same plates, the same salt and pepper shakers in their houses. Why? I don't know. I just have a gut feeling. I worked in that department and I know, okay? So, in that industry, let's put it this way. So, in this case, the Hungarians are very upset with the guys in charge of Ukraine because Ukraine stopped the oil coming from Russia going to Hungary, and Hungary needs that. The other guys could not supply from a different route, therefore the Hungarians need that. Sanctioned, but the Hungarians got a little waiver from the boss, Al Capone, Alibaba, and the 40 Thieves, Trump the tool. So then there are going to be elections in Hungary, and therefore it's going to be elections, and these guys are trying to change Orbán, get him out through various ways. So Orbán, now he just stopped a money convoy, a Ukrainian money convoy by the military. So this is not that, how should I put it? You find something barely legal and you tell me it's a coincidence that you find it right now. My point is this. They knew about these transports, plural. They just decided, because now they are upset with one another, to reveal it to us. You understand? In a free society, you find the truth sometimes when the jackals are fighting among themselves. They try not to rock the boat and have us being aware of their schemes, because they are profiting on us. We are the baboons, we are the fish in the ponds. So now Orbán stops this about $80 million plus gold bars, 9 kilograms of gold bars. They stopped it in Hungary, coming from Austria, going to Zelensky's time, to the military. I guarantee you these kind of transports were before money laundering. They were before. It's only now that Orbán said, yeah, okay, stop that. They know, but they let it go. Why? Because remember, we are not in it together. We are in a certain way like water and oil. We are in the same glass, but the oil is up and the water is down, or the other way around. It's oil up and water down. They are in charge of us. So let me show you what happened here. That's the first topic. The second one, obviously in the elections in Hungary, Russia and Putin are going to interfere. It's not that the Trump destroys countries and changes regimes at will. The Russians will interfere in Hungary. You understand that? And I should give a fuck about it. Guess what? I don't. Democracy. I love democracy. Yeah, right. Let's go. I have about, I don't know how many, 7 articles here. Hungary detains Ukraine's Oschadbank cash convoy in Budapest. So what happened? The unprecedented political pressure Hungary's government under Viktor Orbán is exerted on Ukraine reached a new peak on March 6. Now it's the other way around. amid crucial April parliamentary elections for him. Late on March 6, Hungary unreasonably detained 2 vehicles of Oschadbank's cash. Ignore this, it's a bank. Ignore that. I can call myself Federal Reserve if I want. In cash transit service, and 7 Ukrainian citizens, employees of the cash collection crew. This occurred in Budapest while Ukrainians were carrying out a regular currency and bank metals transport between Raiffeisen Bank Austria and Oschadbank Ukraine. The vehicles were carrying $40 million and 36 million euros. So that's for about $80 million, 41 million. So that's $81 million and 9 kilograms of gold. That's about 23 pounds or something like this of gold. You can calculate that, multiply, and you find out. Now, these were euphemisms. It's a transfer between banks, and Orban has elections. You understand what you need to think about it? And it's a regular one. Now, have you heard about these banks making transfers? But guess who were the guys? The crew was a former general in the military, and not only. Wait, I'm going to show you. Next article. And here it is. Hungarian foreign minister claims seized cash from Ukrainians may belong to, and I'm quoting, Ukrainian military mafia. Now this is the ballsy, smart, and I like this guy very much. He's the foreign minister of Hungary. This right here. So Peter Szijjarto says, look, may, and he says this is a warning shot. Ukrainian military mafia. So he's not coming and saying, no, it is the corruption. Why? It's a warning shot. You give the other guys chance to change their behavior with the Druzhba pipeline. That's what they do right now. So instead of saying, yeah, it is that, then it's going to be a different story. You already shot it. The other guy is not going to say, okay. You give them a warning shot. And they also release the guys, and I have pictures with how much money they got. All right, this is what it is. Hungarian Foreign Minister Peter Szijjarto has demanded an immediate response and explanation from Ukraine regarding this case involving the transport of cash. Well, I thought it was a normal transport between 2 banks, Raiffeisen and the other one, Baka Bank, saying that Budapest suspects the money may belong to what he called the Ukrainian military mafia. According to Szijjarto, since January, a total of $900 million, that's almost $1 billion, and 420 million euros, that's about almost 500, so $1.5 billion in cash, as well as 146 kilograms of gold bars have been transported through Hungary. Exactly what I told you. They knew about it. So 1.5 billion plus 146 kilograms. All right? Szijjarto said that raised several serious questions, noting that the sums involved were extremely large and questioning why Ukrainians would need to move such amount of cash. Exactly. Next one. Hungary publishes photos of seized Oschadbank cash and gold. Here it is. Those are euros. Those are not, as far as I remember the cash. That is not, obviously it's not dollars. That's, let me see, what the hell, just a second. I think I have one bill right here. Yeah, I have it right here. I'm rich, man. Sound familiar? Sounds familiar. So those are the euros. I'm guessing is the same thing. Why? Because I'm a traveler. So that's the 100 euros, and here they seem to be the same thing. Let me see. Yeah, seems to me, but maybe not. Maybe it's something. Maybe they're hryvnias. I don't know. They look like this. Maybe, I don't know if it's not or not, but it's very. Maybe they're not, because there's 10. 100. Oh no, that's the band. That's why we don't see it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's. I think this is the amount right there. If it's not, doesn't really matter. So we got the gold bars right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. So this is 1 kilogram. See, I found 9 kilograms. So 9 kilograms. Remember, 9 kilograms. Hey, I got more. What do you think? You think I don't have more? Yeah, that's all my pension right here. right here by my gun. So if you want to take it, you're going to get shot by my gun. Okay, so there it is. So the social media operation Ukrainian gold convoy. So this is the next one. Zelensky's agents using Hungary as cash pipeline to Ukraine, according to Szijjarto. Hungary is demanding answers from Ukraine over the movement of cash across its territory while simultaneously launching its own investigation. And again, 43 million paka 9 kilograms. We demand that, again, the same amount right here. These cash transfers are accompanied by people with clear ties to the Ukrainian special services, FBI, CIA, NSA. The Hungarian top diplomat said, all right, we're not done. Ukraine may impose sanctions on Hungary over detention of Oschadbank. Why, yeah, what are you gonna do, round-headed? Okay, part of the blackmail right there. It's not a blackmail, you are blackmailing those guys. And you don't like when you get punched back. Next one. Hungary refuses access to unlawfully detained Ukrainians. They already are being sent to Ukraine, just so you know. And these guys, where is that? I have to find where these guys are. All right. And Hungary to stop vital supplies for Ukraine unless Druzhba oil transit revived. So I said, you know what? This is war. This is war. So what they did, let me see. And here is who these guys are. The Hungarian government claims that the transport of the shipment of money and gold was allegedly led by a former general of the Security Service of Ukraine. So like you have a NSA or a general in FBI, whatever they have, I'm just saying, whose deputy was a former major of the Ukrainian Air Forces. Their work was also allegedly assisted by persons with military experience, according to Hungarian customs. In view of this, on Friday, March 6, they were expelled from the territory of Hungary. So money seized and these guys expelled with military. This was a military transport, they say, but it was former. All right, they don't have to have, right there, a visor. So that's the first one. So what do you think? Are the governments involved in that? Let's put it this way. When this garbage in Ukraine will end, you're going to hear, if you don't already, of about many Ukrainian millionaires owning companies and houses in places you can't even dream about. And in Monaco, in Côte d'Azur, in Tahiti, in American Las Vegas, wherever they want to go, and they're going to hear about the Ukrainians coming and buying companies. Where do you think the money came from? Two baboons right here. 2 baboons. So that's where the money comes from. And these guys that right now are still over there, if they're going to be running away from Ukraine, because the Russians are coming over, I guarantee you they will be doing very well in London, like Abramovich, like Berezovsky and others. Berezovsky is dead, but anyway, and many others of the same kind. They will be gone. Sybiha will be gone with his luggage of money. The other guy, all of them will just sail. Rats can swim, actually. So they go cross the English Channel right to the motherland, MI5, MI6 actually. Alright, so this is with that. And since the Russians are so evil, they interfere in Hungary's elections. But the Americans are just flatly bombing country into changing their governments. Why? Because that's what international law says. Only for the Americans. Okay? Alright, let's go. Unbelievable, huh? Russia prepares to interfere in Hungary's April vote to secure Orbán's power. So these guys are on overdrive after, obviously, come baby, right there. After this and after the statement from Mr. Szijjarto, of course these guys are in overdrive right now. This is Putin's puppet. But remember, this guy also saw Donald Trump many times. He also got Donald Trump's waivers for buying Russian oil. So the other guys is puppet if you want, but not these guys is. You understand? This is Szijjarto. Look at his grin. I had a friend like this. It looks like just like the funny friend. Anyway, I don't know where he is right now, but anyway, just so you know. So again, right there, interfere. All right, But the Americans are bombarding countries and killing school children. All right. The Kremlin plans to deploy social media manipulation experts. The experts are in America and in Tel Aviv, man, at the Russian embassy in Budapest to influence the elections in Hungary in favor of incumbent prime minister. Where are the Americans? This guy is Trump's boy, not Putin's boy. What are you talking about? All right, that's the first one. And second one, Putin deploys political strategists and intelligence to help keep Hungary's Orban in power. Hey, ta-da! Well, my friends, and that's how things work for me. A lot of supape, we call them, valves are opening for me because they make mistakes when things are extreme. Then they show who they really are, and they make mistakes thinking that the media can cover all the information, or not cover but give the slant, the interpretation, the narrative in order to cover for them. Like, for instance, we know clearly that Americans attacked Iran for Israel. I mean, yeah, you can believe whatever you want, but the media tells you no, and the politicians, American politicians, no, to protect you. That's a terrorist state. The whole globe is going to explode. Well, that's the narrative, but we know through little things that we find out. Some people say something and say, the media interprets it, but the statements are there. You just have to look for them. So again, these guys do a lot of traffic over there of money and money laundering. And there are the guys who tell the Europeans to give them more money, and the Americans, which is you, and your governments, the traitors, give them from you. Maybe they don't have the money from your taxes anymore. At this point, they will raise your taxes. You will pay more for energy because they impose sanctions for the same imbeciles, and they borrow in your name. They're with interest. That means you, your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren will pay for these thieves, these criminals, these traitors giving to these guys. So, conspiracy theory, give it some time. Give it some time. Remember, I got to think this way. When you hear with time, when the government tells you that guy is bad for you, or a bad dude, probably he's good for you. This is probably is good for you. When they tell you to hate someone, probably that guy is your friend, or should be your friend, and vice versa. All right. That's the first one. The second one, they give you, wow, we should cry now because the Russians interfere in... This is the Ukrainians. The Ukrainians who are going to send troops, I made a video a minute ago about this, send troops to fight for Israel against Iran when they don't have troops for the Ukrainians? What is going on? You understand who's in charge? That international clique. That's what it is. Clique. I thought it was something burning here. Anyway, I thought it was the guy coming over to me and saying, hey, yes, jawohl, mein. Oh my God, man. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Things come true, just give it time. The problem is, you can find out, but it's like, oh, I don't think so, man. I think this is, let's say police. The police comes and tries to arrest you. And say, where's the warrant? No, the warrant, you try to, fight the arrest. They pump, they check you, they put you in the unit back over there, back seat. They take you, they incarcerate, and then you wah, and they say, yes, man, this was all unlawful. You are in the cage now. Too late. So sometimes, remember, when you see things happening and you say, oh my God, with time you're going to find the truth. It's going to be too late. You're going to be enslaved by then. That's why you need to act right now, which is communicate with others. Spread the word. Sometimes certain things are too late. And when you find out and you have the moment, like the enlightenment, like Satori, excuse me, hey, sir, excuse me, hey, come over here. Why am I right here? Hey, why am I right here? It's too late. You have to have that when you're still free. As much as they allow us. But we have to take that back. Yes. You know. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.